for an original sound.
Hey guys, welcome back to Deathmark. Let's rest for today. I have to investigate again tomorrow. I need to go to bed early and rest. So wow, 30 episodes so far of this series. I didn't think it was going to be that long. Early morning, and I get the worst wake-up call ever. A severe pain threatens to split my head. The mysterious headache from yesterday is back with a vengeance. I meant to go to Damon's hospital to see Hiro and Banshee while it was light out. Ugh. Spots flash before my eyes. I can't even sit up. I pull the sheets up and wait for it to pass. I'm only just able to move by the time the sun is setting. Thunder rumbles in the distance. Sounds like rain again. Great. I press my fingers to my temple to check. The well-rounded pain has once again disappeared without a trace. I sigh. Mashita calls as I'm making coffee in the kitchen. He says he'll come along for tonight's investigation. He must have finally wrapped up his other cases. He mentioned that he'd dropped by the hospital in between cases to see Hiro and Banshee. Seems they went berserk when they awoke and are now reinstated. They refuse to eat. Relying on IVs won't work forever. I didn't expect the report to be good, but this is a critical point in the case. Before he hangs up, Mashita utters a warning. Then this is the 11th hour. Mashita doesn't offer a reply. The red lights outside the rain-soaked window are hazy like a wilting flower. It's time to head out. Which means this may be the last episode. Mashita should be meeting me there today. I'll get an earful if I'm late. So, could this be the end? Let's find out. I park the car in the parking lot, as always, and walk over to the street in the rain. I pass down the familiar road hotel.
遅いぞ。何してやがった。
A man in a trench coat cuts an imposing figure on the wet street corner, glittering in lights. You know damn well time is of the essence right now. Damon's prepared for the worst, too. He's made arrangements to transfer them. Transfer them? Oh. They must be in pretty bad condition then. And I didn't mention this over the phone, but I met someone at Damon's hospital. I ran into Shao Nagashima. Shao? What's he doing there? Some of his gang hangs out there here. I guess we're a hot topic for them. They've seen people in and out of the hotel. Nagashima heard about it and figured they were talking about you. He's contacted the fortune teller and well. So now Shao knows about the case too. Why didn't she just keep it quiet? That old lady hands out business cards to anyone and everyone. It's a real pain. So, did you talk to Shao? Why would I? He cornered me, asking for info on the case, but I drove him off. I suddenly feel uneasy. You didn't say anything unnecessary, did you? Of course not. I just said to stay out of the grown-ups' matters. He's gonna be here, isn't he? For just a moment, my vision tunnels and blood vessels in my head throb. Something wrong? No, I'm fine. I'm sure he doesn't want Xiao involved either, but he really should have considered his words more carefully. I hear footsteps coming up from behind me. Can't be. Xiao? I raise my head with a sudden sense of dread. But it's Mo Watanabe. Thank goodness you're here after all. Good thing I came straight here. I got the results you asked me for. I look at her blankly for a moment, but then I remember I asked her to use her connections to investigate the rumors. Right, thanks. There's no time. Give us the short version. Oh, okay. Then I'll only cover the really important parts. I heard something amazing from someone who was there at the time. What? Like a hotel employee? No, not like that. Jeez, when I say someone who was there, I obviously mean one of the high school girls who was up to no good. You talked to one of them? This is legit, right? Even Mashida's interested. Only the people who use Masquerade really know what happened there. Hearing from someone involved is best. Yeah, her name is Eiko. The editorial department helped me track her down. She went to a nearby high school and did this part-time job, apparently. And what's really important is what Eiko said about her classmate, Seiko? Oh, I get it. Eiko. Esco. Moe pulls a voice recorder from her bag and hits the play button. Yeah, a friend introduced me to a part-time job. It was whimsical. I mean, I just did it on a whim. Yeah, so, we were supposed to meet at the Hotel Masquerade. And there's a system there where someone introduces us to customers. You get a lot of money from it, so everyone was dying to get hired. But one day there was like an incident. Someone at school found out about the job. Some goody two-shoes class rep, Esco, said she was gonna tell her teacher, N. Mora. Everyone freaked out and apologized to her, saying they'd stop. She wouldn't listen. If our parents found out, it'd be the worst thing ever. We begged, but she didn't listen. In the end, she left class, saying she was going to the police with N. Mora. We were totally freaked out, so I went to the hotel that night. I mean, at that point, there was no harm in going, you know? But then, she was there. Esco was standing in front of the masquerade in the drizzling rain, in a red raincoat. She said she was going to the police, so who knows why she was at the hotel. But it made us all jumpy and on edge every day after that. Except nothing ever happened. Soon after that, Masquerade shut down. I guess they uncovered something. Huh? The job? Yeah, I completely quit after that. That's Eiko's testimony. Just the important parts, though. Mo got a fascinating first-hand account. The rumors of Red Riding Hood and what was written in the guest books we found in the hotel. All the pieces are in that girl's confession. So what ended up happening to Esco? I don't know exactly, but apparently she stopped coming to school. According to Eiko, she just suddenly stopped showing up. Mashida snorts. It's too perfect. She was probably just being clearly dramatic, overly dramatic, especially the part about the red raincoat. Most people use an umbrella when it's raining. That's true. Mashida's right. It's possible that the raincoat was a sign for whoever she was waiting for, but hardly anyone comes down the street. Doesn't really fit. Is that all you have to tell us? Then hurry up and go home. So I really can't come with you? I worked really hard, you know. Apparently Mo really wants to come along. I do feel bad. She worked and got us that info just so she could investigate with us, but... Sorry, but you shouldn't be here. They They've already had 2 victims. We can't get you wrapped up in this, too. Oh, okay. I understand. Oh, nods. I guess she's already over it. No, she's gonna go in anyway.
話を聞かせてよね。気をつけて。
She sounds worried about me. She disappears around the street corner. Oh no, she's following. Everyone else thinks she's following. Everybody else in the comments saying she follow. Before you even watch the rest of this video, I want you to pause and comment there saying she follow. That's what I think. A siren echoes on the wind, an unnatural howl in the distance. I looked up at the masquerade looming before us. What in the hell happened inside that hunk of concrete? There's always a tragic cause to the birth of a spirit. Riding Hood must be the same. But I can't watch my friends die. I slowly step forward, trying to escape from the unease that's threatening to engulf me. It's not right for the dead to meddle with the living. Mashita mutters beside me. Is that a personal creed? No, just what I think. Mashita clicks his tongue. Aiko's testimony. Whoops. Hey. As I step in the lobby, Mashita stops in front of me. What's wrong? What a fantastic job you've done here. Huh? What are you talking about? Look. What? The lobby looks completely different. The room is covered in white. No, it wasn't like this yesterday. Thought so. These are... webs? Mashita touches one of the floating threads. Looks like she upped the ante. Bring it! Time to make our appointment with our lady friend. Just then, the groan of the elevator moving echoes. Did the elevator just come back to the first floor? That'd mean... someone's already here. You know who it's gonna be. It's gonna be Xiao. Did you see which floor it came from? No, I wasn't looking. Though I feel like it took a while between when I heard the noise and it arrives. I'm betting it's one of the upper floors. Maybe the 4th or 5th. Yesterday we got an elevator working and managed to get to the 4th floor. But because of what happened to Banshee, we weren't able to investigate any higher. Okay, let's start on the 4th floor. I need to get a better mic eventually. It's a display case holding various things. I want to take that, please. You're not going to let me take this. Well, he did say the 4th floor first. Masquerade wife. It's a picture of a masked girl running down a trail. I open the door to the guest room and walk inside. Let's see. Let's see, it's a chest with a vase on top. It's made out of wood, but it isn't broken. Whatever's inside probably still intact. I pull open the drawer and find a notebook. Got masked guest book 401. What's that? A guest book provided by the hotel. Guests write about their experiences in it. I glance through the pages. This guest book entries are clearly different from all the other ones. It covers a number of horrifying topics, such as devil worship and different kinds of torture. Every page is crammed with stuff like that. It's impossible to tell which ones are delusions and which ones actually took place. The only thing I can say for sure is that it's surging with a twisted Single-minded appetites. I silently hand over the notebook. Mishita skims through it, then smirks. Huh, it's quite the hobby. The handwriting differs by page. This is written by several guests. I find that hard to believe. I sincerely doubt there are so many people in the world who have such a unique hobby. They're like moths drawn to a flame. You wouldn't even know to look at them. The pieces are finally coming together. Seems this hotel offered a special service for its perverted guests. You mean the kind of stuff written in that guest book? Yeah, the kids working that part-time job probably were part of it too. Guaranteed their safety and complete confidentiality, of course. After all, the one who sold his soul was probably most nervous about that. Still, these people have quite the imagination. Mishita mutters sarcastically as he casually leaps through the pages. Then he stops. Hey, this phrase, do you know what it means? The phrase Mishita's pointing to is Yorogumo's punishment. Yorogumo, huh? It's a spider monster from Japanese folklore that can shapeshift into a beautiful woman. Is it Orgotomo? So you do know about it. Thanks so much for the info dump. I kind of knew. I didn't know that's the actual monster's name, but I do know it existed. I ignore the hint of sarcasm in his voice and read the rest of the page. Yorgumo's punishment is a recreation of a certain urban legend. You capture the largest spider you can find. A wild one would be best. Sharpen the sacrificed senses with drugs and use a mouth speculum to keep their mouth open. Then throw the spider into their mouth. If they manage to swallow it, they're innocent. If they don't, or the spider escapes, they're guilty. It's a witch trial meant to judge truth from lie. If I get a sacrifice that needs punishing, I'd like to try it out immediately. It can't be that's what's written here was actually... Did someone actually do this? Who knows? Hey, calm down and take a deep breath. Yeah, it's okay, I'm calm. I doubt Mishita believes me. It's obvious that I'm totally rattled. Don't forget, Anon. You can't die here. Of course, I know that. I try to keep my reply as steady as possible, but my hands keep shaking as I put the guest book in my bag. A large air conditioning unit attached to the ceiling. It's a plague doctor's mask. I pick up the mask and find a talisman on the wall underneath. Yay! It's the first one I think we've been able to actually pick up. I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the end here. I check behind the wire door. There's a folding table and chairs stored away. They're too big to carry around. I open the door to the bathroom. Let's see. I turn it upside down and shake it. A wad of paper falls out. Another talisman? That close? Definitely feel like we're getting toward the end. Some kind of slime is stuck to the mirror, so my reflection is hard to see. There are brand new spider webs. Was this web built last night? Okay, now even perfectly normal spider webs are starting to look eerie. Open the door to the guest room. I hear a faint laugh. I don't hear anything more coming from it. Feels like the masks are staring at me. I take it down and examine it, but it's just a mask. It still feels like it's staring at me, though. Open the door to the bathroom. Or to see if anything eerie would happen. There's the dark red water in the bathtub. My nose repels at the stench of iron. I really don't want to do this, but I still need to check it out. I shut my eyes and stick my finger down the drain. I touch something hard. Something cylindrical is stuck down there. Sadly, my fingers don't seem to be able to do it. Something in there? It's often a prime location to hide incriminating objects. It's likely an important piece of evidence. We should get it. Let's see, what do I have? Oh, we have the wooden horse head. I think we've actually used that yet. Oh, range. It's a weapon. Take out the Vaseline, but what do I do with it? I don't have any particularly good ideas. So we don't have anything we can really do with it right now. So I don't think we can get what's ever in there right now. But we haven't checked the 5th floor yet. So why don't we do that? See anything spooky? Masquerade wife. It's a picture of a masked woman holding hands with a child. Open the door to check the switchboard, but nothing looks broken at first glance. Open the door to the guest room and walk inside. Hey, shine the light inside. My body is finally turned up. Let's check it out. Right. $20 says it's Mashita. A spider web wrapped around the entire body, making it look like fake at first glance, but when I look closer, it does appear to be, well, actually a human corpse. When I touch it, something flakes off. Looks like traces of dried skin, not Mashita. The corpse is almost completely a skeleton. Small stature, but based on the thickness of the bones, it's likely an adult male. Considering how dried out it is, I'd say it's been here for at least a year. The problem is the cause of death. Mashita meticulously searches the corpse, then finally shakes his head. I just can't tell. Was he strangled by spider webs? Quit joking around. A joke, huh? It'd be great if that's what it all was. Still, the skeleton. He must be in pain when he died. His face is all twisted. If it was an adult male, then he'd likely have been a guest here. No matter how hard I try to sympathize, I just can't sympathize. Hey, look at this! Mashita suddenly tosses me something. I found it earlier. It belonged to this guy. It still has some fuel left, so keep it in your bag or something. Cheap lighter. Make these spideys go up in flames. Let's open it. I open the lid of the coffin. I find a book among the junk inside. Monster Encyclopedia. Isn't that a game? Isn't that a book? It's about different monsters from around Japan and their associated legends. Mashita flips through the book. Huh. So the spider monster originally killed people by drowning them in water. Yeah, that sounds about right. I remember reading a legend like that in one of the books piled on my desk at Cujo Mansion. It usually targets woodcutters or hunters, but they're always saved for the last minute. Every region has a story like that. Saved how? They use a tree stump. The spider takes it instead. Then the protagonist escapes. I don't get it at all. There's no point in complaining about folklore. In any case, this'll make for a good reference. Take it with you. Open the door and enter the bathroom. Look, even the spider gotta go to the bathroom. Don't judge. Open the lid of the trash can and look inside. There's a large clump of hair inside as well as the paper waste. Resisting the urge to scream, I suddenly closed the lid and chucked the trash can where it was. Let's see, there's a storage cabinet. The door is covered with mold. Bet it's because of the humidity. Do it. I opened the door and rummaged inside. Got bent hanger. Well, that's actually going to be very useful. Think about it. We can use that to get the item inside. Sorry, buddy. Oh, we still have one more room. Okay, so it is locked. Alright, so... let's see, we want to go to the 4th floor. Yeah, I was trying to get the door open with the light. It was this room, right? Here we go. Tool. Bent hanger. Huh, you know what? An idea hits me and I take out the bent hanger. I should be able to bend this into any shape I want. I bent it into one straight wire so I can fit it down the drain. I stick it in the pipe and move it up and down. I hear the sound of dirty water being dislodged and hit something really hard. Got key to room 502. On the key tag it says Deluxe Suite. That'll come in handy. Good thing it wasn't washed down the drain. You know what? At least I tried, Mashita. Look, I'm just pointing out how stupid that could have ended up. There are sticky white strands wrapped around the key, too. Seems like they stopped it from falling all the way down the pipe. Let's go to the 5th floor. So now that we have that key... open the door. Now what are we gonna find? Let's see. I go to lift up the wooden horse. When I do, I notice something catch the light. A metal tool. It's a mouth speculum. It's usually used for medical purposes, but some maniacs use them for other things. Huh. Just as I'm replying to Mashita, a white light flashes before my eyes and I black out. I hear someone sobbing. My eyes should be open, but everything is pitch black. I shake my head desperately and try to look around. A horrible image flows into my mind. What is this? A young girl is blindfolded and restrained. Her mouth is being forced to open with a tool. Her breathing is ragged. She must have been given a drug of some kind. Let us commence the judgment. The man speaks theatrically behind me. The court has decided to give the accused a fair trial and will judge her for her crimes. The trial will now begin. Fuck that noise right out the door. I shall put the spider in the accused's mouth. If it crawls out, she's guilty. If she can swallow it, she's innocent. Upon hearing that, the girl starts jerking around frantically, her movements haphazard. She desperately cries for help. Her words are garbled from fear or the drug. Hear the man cheer. Then the man releases a giant spider into the girl's mouth. Ah! Hey, get a hold of yourself. Anon, can you hear me? The spider, get it out, get it out, get it out! Idiot, calm down. Ugh. With a slug to the jaw, I finally return to my senses. That's right. I'm in a room at the masquerade. Then, the vision I just saw. What did I just see? I went somewhere. You haven't gone anywhere. You just fell on the floor and started writhing. I feel like I've woken from a long dream. Can't believe it was a hallucination. You finally calmed down? Yeah. I'm fine now. I wipe the sweat from my forehead and swallow. That girl who was restrained, was that Esco? If so, then... was she unable to go to the police because she was caught by the people here? I open the lid of the coffin. I find a book among the junk inside. Demon Encyclopedia. The book has pictures of various demons and demonic crests, and lists their characteristics. I guess the guests here were interested in stuff like that. I open the door to the bathroom. Nothing scary? The tub is covered in dents and scratches, too many for it to be a natural wear. Going by the appearance of the room, horrible things probably happened here too. I check through all the bottles on the shelf. I got bath salts and insect repelling cream. Nope. So it looks like we got everything here. I hear footsteps as I step into the hallway. I turn in the direction of the noise to see. You. Told you. Shao. Nagashima is standing there. Mashita said he ran into him at the hospital, but... I can't believe you came. Shao, what's the matter? Take a step towards him, but Mashita stops me. Wait, something's not right. I look closely at Shao's face. No, it couldn't be. His face is unnaturally stiff. Suddenly he begins yelling angrily.
探してたぜ。ずっとよ。殺すけどな。
He raises a metal bat he was hiding and moves in to attack. Get back, Anon! Mashita yells, urging me to escape. But we're in a hallway with closed walls. What should I do? Mad. quickly dodge to the left. Dodge to the left. Dodge to the left. Xiao's bat alters course in a flash and heads straight for me. But the tip of the bat hits the wall and narrowly misses me. He straightens only to swing his bat again. Shit! I have my hands full with just trying to get away. There's no way I'll be able to restrain him. But if Xiao's like Hiro and is infected with the same mysterious poison, we have to restrain him or his life is in danger. I can't do this alone. What do I do? Die. Xiao's deranged eyes burn a hole in me. Ah! If my chances are thin, no matter what I do, then my only choice is to draw his attention. Huh? Xiao hesitates for a moment, confused. But a second later... You dumb idiot! You don't know when to give up, old man! The metal bat flashes above his head. Then... You're the idiot. You're the idiot. Mashita suddenly appears next to him and throws a direct punch at his face. Go, Mashita! Survived! Xiao stumbles to the ground. As he falls, his bat flies through the air and... Unlucky for me, it collides in the side of my head and I collapse with a pitiful yelp. Yep! Dumbass. Cursing, Mashita quickly grabs Xiao's arm and completely restrains him. As Mashita puts his weight on him, Xiao groans painfully. Finally, he faints. Hey, Anon, you okay? Yeah, just grazed me. I sit and gently shake my head back and forth. Thankfully, everything seems fine. Then give me a hand. We need to carry him out of here. He's probably like the others now. We'd better hurry. To think Xiao would end up as a third victim. Man, I didn't think we were actually going to end up getting... Are we going to get another episode? I managed to make myself stand, but my spirits have dropped down to my feet. It's still sprinkling outside. We drag Xiao out of the hotel. Finally, we have a chance to catch our breaths. We'll call off the investigation for today. Yeah. Banshee and Hiro flashed before my eyes. But Xiao's safety would come first. Let's go ahead and bring him to the hospital. I'll go get the car. Good idea. Yours is better for moving sick people around. I take out my key and stand up. But just as I do... Piercing pain runs through the side of my head and I fall back to my knees. Anon? It's just a headache. I thought it had gone away, so why... You got hit right where it hurts, huh? Then just rest here. But Xiao, you're injured too, so take it easy. I'll take Nagashima in my car. You wait here until I get back, got it? I'll come straight back after I drop him off. Sorry, Xiao's in your hands now. Mashita collects Xiao and disappears. A soft pitter-patter of rain permeates the area. The sound of the rain seems to make this place even quieter somehow. Then I notice something. The noises that aren't the only thing that's vanished. The pain is gone. The intense headache has faded like it was never there. This happened to me twice before. Hold on. Now I'm suspicious. I think back to the time when I had a headache. The first is when I went inside the masquerade with Damon and Banshee. Back then, I'm pretty sure I wanted to keep everyone together, but then I had a headache and Banshee up and disappeared. My next headache came the following morning, and I was trying to see Hiro and Banshee. In the end, I was unable to. Then just now, I was going to the hospital with Shao and Mashita. I gaze at the entrance to the masquerade. You're the only one I want to see, sir. That's what Red Riding Hood said. I get it, you. I stare at the hotel as if I see through the doors. I feel like I see the red figure inside. One rainy night, a girl stood there wearing a red raincoat. You're still waiting even now for the one you respect so much. That headache always attacked when I was trying to stick with other people. If I stop trying to stay by myself like I am now, it'll vanish just like it was never there. I get it. Hiro, Banshee, and now Shao. I've gotten all my friends caught up in this. That's right. It's all my fault again. I'll come alone, so do what you will. I go back inside the masquerade.
先生
A voice calls from the darkness, as if it was waiting for me. What are you telling me to do?
赤い糸見る
Top floor in the room of masks. The top floor. The 6th floor was listed in the guide, but it was impossible to reach. I'll be waiting. Red Riding Hood's figure melts silently into the elevator. As she does, the elevator's floor's display begins blinking on and off erratically. The combination. You know it, don't you, sir? Her voice reverberates throughout the elevator. So, she's telling me to go to her? But this combination, what in the world could it be? Let's see if I can finally mess with this. So, let's go. Now I do have the combination. So, I'll read it out loud to you guys. And the floor displays begin to blink on and off erratically. Is that some kind of hint? Word she used, combination. I stare at the elevator button. Maybe I'm supposed to put these in a certain combination? If I press the floor buttons in a certain order, I might be able to get to the floor. But what's the combination order? I have no idea. I've got to think. There has to be a clue somewhere inside the masquerade. I'm just going to use the combination. So the combination is the paintings. So we're going to go 4, 2, 1, 5, and finally 3. So it's basically the life cycle. That's what it is. The elevator door opens up. A musty stench greets me. That's not all. This smell is blood.
先生
Red Riding Hood's voice drips on the wind. I've been waiting for you. No, I doubt my words will reach her, but I feel like I have to say, at least to say it. I'm not the one you respect. I'm not the one you're waiting for. Liar. You always lie. I'm not lying. I really am not. We pissed it off. A scream splits the night. It's the same one I heard in the spider torture. Stop. Stop this. This won't accomplish anything. That's why this time, I'm going to test you.
教えて
Tell me the truth. Huh? Countless spiders fly out of the darkness and start crawling all over my body. The swarm of spiders keeps coming. I do like her design. Shit! I take the massager out of my bag and hold it against my body and hit the switch. This worked before. The spider starts acting strangely. They all scramble away. Red Riding Hood lets out a gusty sigh. Glittering white threads fly through the air from her mouth. She's trying to use her spider silk. The horse head. I hold my horse head of mine as protection. Strangely enough, the threads seem to be drawn to it and wrap around the horse head. Sir, who's in the wrong? I only did what was right. So there are two endings you can get, but we're gonna go with this one. The law to decide. Red Riding Hood is staring at me. Sir, come with me. Only thing that matters is your life. How do you know a person's worth? Shut up, shut up, shut up! Red Riding Hood screams again. Her maddening eyes glare at me. Sir, how do I look to you? What do you like about me? I'm safe. Survived.
一緒に
Red Riding Hood's figure wavers then. Smashes the window and off into the night. Huh? Did she just jump? The bustling city can be heard out the window. I wipe my sweaty brow with my shirt sleeve. Something touches my cheek. Something floating in the darkness. A thread? As I follow it with my eyes, I realize that it's wrapped around my wrist. Whoa! Something yanks me towards the window. Ugh. I brace my legs and try to resist, but all in vain. I'm thrown out into the night sky. I scream as I plummet. No, I should be rushing toward the ground. Just as I give up all hope, a strong jolt makes me look up. A man struggles to hold on to my arm, his teeth gritting with effort.
このバカ野郎が
Mashita? Shut up and give me your other arm. Hurry up and grab onto me. Right. He desperately tries to pull me up and faster after what feels like an eternity of struggle. I make it over the ledge and fumble safely back inside the hotel. The only sound that can be heard are our gasps for breath as we sit in the darkness. Why did you ignore my orders? Mashita spits words out between wheezes. Sorry. This isn't the time to be making excuses. I might be better off shutting up. Idiot. Try putting yourself in my shoes. Is she gone? I think so. The window. I'm still trembling as I point to the broken window. She threw herself out of it. She might have been trying to take me with her. No, not you. That sore person. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Can you walk? Then let's go. Mashita slowly stands and looks at me. Nicely done. It wasn't bad work for an amateur like you. It stopped raining. The cool wind on my cheek hints at autumn. I'm going to drop by and see Dayne. I'd like to see how the others are doing. Yeah. What? Hand me the car key. No, I can drive. Have you completely gone mad? Look at your hands. I glance down at them, only to suddenly realize that they're shaking. You just faced down a spirit. You can't drive in that condition. The choice made for me. I take the key out of my pocket and toss it to Mashita. The corner parking lot. Right. You rest here. For God's sake, I'm gonna leave you alone for 2 seconds. I swear to God if you go back in there, I'm gonna let the spider have you. His figure melts into the darkness. As I watch him go, I notice something down the wet asphalt. It's a dead spider. It lays there, legs all curled up, almost as if it was desperately trying to hold on to something.
気が済んだか。さあ、帰ろう。
I gently pick up the spider. I wrap my handkerchief and put it in my pocket. I have a new pet. Its name is Red. Yes. The car ride back is a blur. I sat and let Mashida's voice wash over me like the background radio noise. I remember wondering if Red Riding Hood might have stolen a part of my soul. Before the investigation today, Mo tipped us off on that testimony, remember? That helped me connect the dots. I realized a teacher was wrapped up in the case. A teacher from a school near the hotel was arrested for breaking the law. What does that have to do with anything? There was an odd part in Aiko's testimony. They were scared they'd be reported, but nothing ever happened. In other words, Esko never met with the police after tattling to the teacher. Or maybe more, she couldn't go. I frown as I try to put the pieces together. I think I'm too spaced out, and it's not making much sense. You'd never make it as a detective. I almost died. Shut up. Can't he just drop that? I don't plan on becoming one anyway. There's only one possible answer. This sore person Esko trusted so deeply was one of Masquerade's customers. What? I feel like I've been hit on the side of the head, and not with a pillow, more like a lead pipe. The one she sought salvation from ended up being a criminal. The definition of irony. Mashida glances out the window and chuckles dryly. The bitter sound fits both our moods. It was the teacher and Mora, the one mentioned in Aiko's testimony. I saw a photo of him. He was thin, tall type, popular with the students. Well, I suppose. He glances back at me through the mirror. You might say he wasn't too unlike you. Mashida suddenly tosses a file at me. Those are the research results. Look them over if you want to know more. Results? I flip through the thick bundle of papers. They're a set of very well-organized documents. It would have taken a lot of time to gather this amount of information. Then it hits me. Wait a second. Mashida just said that he connected the dots with the help of Mo's testimony, which means he knew all of this before we started our investigation tonight. You knew everything. I just said I put it all together when I heard the testimony. But I decided not to tell you just in case. Why? If I'd known, I could have... What would you have done? His tone turns mocking as he laughs. You would have just sympathized too much and let down your guard. You should be grateful I didn't. Mashida leaves me with the research files and heads to Damon's hospital. Now that I'm alone, I can't keep my 3 hospitalized friends out of my mind. But there's nothing I can do for them right now. I've done everything I can. I bolster myself with that information. I spread Mashida's documents out on the table. I'm exhausted, but I feel like I need to go through them today. Who in the world was Red Riding Hood? If Mashida was right, the truth should be right in front of me. New information added. Mashida's report. Well, I'm not that cruel. So that save button, as we always do. Let's see, can I do it from here? Alright, this is just that, so. I think that might be all we can do. And so the case surrounding Masquerade quietly comes to a close, leaving an invisible scar on the dark streets. The lives lost there will never return, and neither will the trampled dignity. The only thing that saves that disaster is that my friend survived. Hiro, Bachi, and Sho all regained consciousness after. They got out of it with no lasting symptoms and are recovered enough to go back to their lives. Damon concluded that the affliction inhabiting the soul very much like the mark. In that case, maybe Red Riding Hood was finally released from that horrible nightmare, just like the spirits that gave people the mark. If anything came about because of this case, then that would be it. A week later.
邪魔するぞ。
Mishita suddenly shows up at my doorstep. Before I even open my mouth, he pulls out an envelope and tosses it on the table. I'm here to deliver this. It's your reward. Take it and get out of here. I didn't do it because I wanted a reward. How should I know? The client asked me to do this after all. I did my job, handed it over. The rest of this is in your hands. Damn, what a pain. Mishita turns and curses under his breath, but I can still hear everything he says. That's all you came for? No, there's one other thing. I learned something from this past case. And that was... something about you. You're suited for this work after all. That again? Sorry, but I'm done. No more. Just hear me out. There have been more mystery cases like Masquerade popping up lately. I thought it might be mark related, but it seems like I was wrong. He stops for a moment, then mutters. Hayaki Yagyo, a monster's parade. Have you heard anything about it? A Hayaki Yago. Yeah, sure. In ghost stories. But he's clearly asking about something that's happening in the real world. No, I haven't. That's so. I figured you, of all people. Forget it. First he asks me, then he tells me to forget it. He only cares about his own bottom line. She... Mishita glances briefly at the sofa in the corner of the room. Might have known something. So you want my help? The old lady, Yosuka, seems to think you could do some good. I do too. That's all I wanted to say. No, wait, I have one last bit of advice. Quit doing stuff like that. Like what? You picked up that dead spider, didn't you? You saw? Just out of the corner of my eye. That's why darkness follows you. Your ancestors probably had pity on her too. The living and the dead can't coexist. If you try and accept their feelings, you'll end up getting all pulled in. Even so, Mishita might be right. But even so, if someone doesn't accept them, they'll stay like that forever. That's not something I want to bear. Mishita just snorts decisively, like usual.
せいぜいよく考えろ。望まなくても、いずれその時が来る。
He leaves, closing the door behind him. That marks the end of the case and the end of one chapter of my story. But someday in the future, I can't help but think the door will be thrown open again. For now, I think this is officially the actual end of Deathmark. And now that I've said that, we all know that's going to happen. So yeah, there is a second game, which I'll be looking at a little later this year. It's still early in the year, and we have lots. The gallery has been unlocked. Hell yeah. Hey, want to hit up the karaoke place? The new Love and Hero song is out. I'm not feeling up to it today. This story creeped me out earlier. Do you want to hear it? Oh, sure. Oh, son of a bitch. You remember Miss Yamaguchi? She wears those big glasses. I heard she's gone missing. What? No one knows where she is? Nope, she just disappeared. Just up and pooped from the library. Gee, doesn't this sound familiar? One of the student librarians said she was researching something. Wait a minute, is it the same thing? Is it just restarting? It is. So I'll be right back. I want to see if this is just a restart. Give me a minute. So yeah, it's basically the same thing. Alright guys, thank you once again for joining me for Deathmark. And I'll see you all next time for my next horror game. Feel free to request one. See you guys then. Bye.